Hey there! So today we're going to talk about how this beautiful specimen of a cucumber that came out of my garden that I grew is a great metaphor to your enlightenment, to getting unstuck, to having immense joy in more ways than one, and how it relates to helping you to move forward and really consciously creating this beautiful 10 out of 10 life for you. So first of all, I want to talk about the metaphor that we discuss often, which is give somebody a fish and they'll eat for a day, teach them how to fish, and they'll eat for a lifetime. Well, in deference to my vegan and vegetarian friends, I am using, again, this cucumber because it applies in the same way. The first metaphor of it has to do with we have so much out there in terms of self-help, right? We have so many magic pills, including like weight loss pills and things like that. I mean, that's all included. Everybody wants the magic pill. I don't want to have to lift a finger to do anything. And yet I want it to be better. I want to fix it, right? And so many offer that, right? So we have even healers out there that are saying, I will make you feel better. I will make it go away. And I am going to say, as considered a professional healer myself, that actually nobody heals you but yourself. We are healing facilitators, and what we do is actually help others to access frequencies and vibrations that they haven't yet remembered how to access. And it's not special. Everybody says, oh, well, that person's really special. No, we just have remembered how to do it earlier than others, in different ways that appear, strong or not. It doesn't have to feel strong to be strong. But also the thing is, the first message is to say everybody has access to that. Nobody's special in that way, or we're all special in that way, that we can all access it. It's just remembering how to do so. And it's really not as hard as many think it is. It's just a process. So that's my crusade, and I am a healer, so to speak. Again, I call it healing facilitation because of that, as just being a catalyst to help you access that. My crusade is to teach people how to grow the cucumber versus giving them the cucumbers, because then you will have the bottomless, topless blue sky of creating exactly this enlightened life, or the 10 out of 10 life of happiness and bliss that we all claim to want. And so why would you stop at a 5 out of 10 or a 6 out of 10 and say, oh, that's enough? There are elements underneath that would cause that. Anyway, so I have also found in my 12 plus professional years, and probably more than 1,000 people that I've worked with, including the work on myself, that there are 3 crucial steps, 3 of them, that if any of the 3 are missed, will cause cycling, will cause coming back to the same stuck points, will prevent the individual from moving forward. And if all 3 are not implemented together, I've been shown very clearly, we have those repetitions, and it'll only be like temporary fixes, like, oh yeah, I had a great time and that felt great, or that sound healing felt great, or that energy healing felt great, or even that acupuncture session, or I felt great when I was taking that medicine or those supplements, and then I didn't. All of this, believe it or not, it's all the same thing. So, and there are 3 special steps to getting these special cucumbers just perfect and optimized to their potential, right? So the first step that I talk about often, especially these days, is presence and mindfulness. Now, presence and mindfulness has become a catchphrase in many cases, and very sort of like people call it, I forget the term, but it's like washing. Like it's become just a common phrase, and everybody says, oh, be mindful, oh, be conscious, be present in the moment. And it's much more than just taking a couple of breaths, right? So it's learning how to be completely immersed in the right now moment, to see everything around us, because we have all of the messages that we need from ourselves, the expanded consciousness, to change anything in our current situation. It's a matter of us paying attention, and when we're not present in the current moment, which we mostly are not, we miss a vast majority of those messages until they smack us upside the face. And that can be injury or illness or catastrophic events or emergencies and stuff like that. It could be other little discomforts as well. Things that just don't feel like they're smooth, right? So that's the real importance of presence, right? Second step is a catalyzing action. So when we become present and uncover the messages, even the anger, even the temper tantrums that we might have, it's being present and aware and observant in a neutral state, and learning and habituating ourselves to be that way so that we can see it for the message that it is. Well, what is that showing me? What's behind the anger? What's the anger here, or the fear, or whatever, or the frustration? What is that showing me about myself? And when we can come to that understanding and acceptance and then gratitude, sometimes it just resolves itself and then we don't have to do anything. We are in this habit, even in energy work, where we feel like we have to jump right to doing, right? I even had to go step back and spend time immersed in just presence practice so that I would stop wanting to just do when I saw something, because I would see something and be like, oh, I'll just change it, right? Because then it's like a toy. I can change it, but then it only changes partially because I'm not really looking at the whole picture. So the catalyzing action is learning how, or remembering how to access these frequencies that have been atypical to our everyday kind of presence in our realities here in the 3D sets of dimensions. And so when we start to remember how to access those, then it makes it very easy to change things on the dime. And when we combine that with the presence practice, it's even more powerful, easier and instantaneous, right? And then it prevents us circling back around, right? The third step, really crucial, it sounds so oversimplified, and in a way it is, but it's not, is actually applying it in everyday practical application. I have seen so many courses out there. I mean, pretty much almost all the courses out there will teach you one or two of these 3 steps, and very few of them, I haven't even found any that really cover all 3. Because we go to a course, we learn how to, remember how to access a certain frequency, we get it tuned, we have an activation, we do this, we do that, or we do the self-help course, we read these books, and then, or we do this mindfulness and we get out of our stress and anxiety, which is great. And then we go home and we're like, well, I don't know how that applies to, how does that apply to my job? How does that apply to my relationship? How does that apply to the money in the bank? Or me traveling or doing the things that I would love to do? Or my health? We don't see the connection because we're not used to seeing the connection. And so it takes rehabituation and it takes a bit of relearning so that you can actually change the way we exist in every moment. And that, my friends, is what an enlightened state truly is. It's about optimizing our consciousness and our physicality all together in a way that we can practically apply and consciously create in every moment. And then everything flows. And that's where we hit our 10 out of 10 life. That's where we hit our happiness in every moment. In all ways. In the career, in the relationships, in the wealth, in the health. In all aspects. In our consciousness and the way we understand and remember our interconnection in the multiverse. So these are crucial things. And look within your own consciousness. Look within your own experience and where you might feel stuck, where you feel like you can't seem to get to the next step or beyond the step that you're in. And there's most definitely at least one of those steps missing. And you might think, oh, well, I did consciousness last Sunday, or I took 4 breaths yesterday, and so that was my mindfulness. Completely different animal, so to speak. When we take these elements, right, and we create this amazing cucumber, right? We take it, so we take the presence of the seed or the plant and the situation and the way the plant is growing, or the way it looks, the way it feels, the way everything around it is, right? And then we take the catalyzing action of how to optimally grow it so that it can produce these amazing fruits and realize its potential for what it can produce. And then after I have this, what do I do with it? What's my practical application? It would really be terrible if I just grew it and let it sit on the counter and let it die and rot, because I did all these steps to come here, and now I'm just looking at it going, well, what do I do with it? Well, that's the whole point. These are the steps. So would you like to be optimized as an amazing cucumber, or being able to, or just being able to grow your own in the way that you choose so that you have the most fulfilled potential of that 10 out of 10 life? That is what I am getting ready to talk about. Is I'm putting out a program on this, and I'm so excited, but that's more to come on a different day. I just want you to let this seep in. Look at where you might feel stuck, where you might be missing a step, and journal about it, or like and comment underneath there if this is resonating with you, or send me a DM, because I would love to have more of a conversation. But I just am here to tell you that it's time to be able to grow our most magnificent cucumbers in every moment, in every way. So, more to come. Thanks for listening.